welcome to Perspectives for Monday, May 16th. Pope Francis celebrated Mass for the Feast of Pentecost this Sunday at the Vatican. He said, through the death and resurrection of Jesus and the gift of the Holy Spirit, Christians are free from the condition of being orphans. He said, we were made to be God's children. It is in our DNA. And as we strengthen our experience of belonging to Jesus, the Holy Spirit leads us into a new experience of fraternity. We can relate to each other as children of the same good and merciful Father, and this changes everything, Pope Francis said. Now, after the Mass, Pope Francis led the Regina Coeli prayer in St. Peter's Square. He told the faithful gathered under his window that the grace of the Holy Spirit helps Christians live out their love for God and others in concrete ways. Being Christian is not principally about belonging to a certain culture or adhering to a certain doctrine, but rather binding your life in every aspect to the person of Jesus and through him to the Father, said Pope Francis. Now, elsewhere in Rome, Catholics were celebrating Pentecost with a colorful annual tradition at the Roman Basilica of St. Mary and the Martyrs, although you might know it better as the Pantheon. Every Pentecost, the firefighters of Rome climb to the roof of the basilica and drop rose petals down through the oculus, the opening in the center of the roof. As the priests celebrating the Mass process into the church, the rose petals rain down on them, symbolizing the Holy Spirit descending on the apostles. And Pope Francis held a special Jubilee audience on Saturday. During his catechesis, he said, true piety and evangelical pity are found together in those who are moved by the pain of others and take action. People who do this share God's mercy, he said, adding, true piety and true pity are not superficial feelings, but are expressions of compassion and mercy. Pity must not be confused with the compassion we feel for the animals that live with us, he said. In fact, it sometimes happens that one feels pity towards animals but remains indifferent to the suffering of our brothers and sisters. During the Year of Mercy, the Pope is holding special general audiences one Saturday each month and using the occasion to speak about the importance of experiencing God's mercy and sharing it with others. Iraqi refugees living in Jordan have received a gift from Catholics around the world. This weekend, the Garden of Mercy was opened in Amman at the Our Lady of Peace Center. The garden will function as a sort of cooperative where fruits and vegetables will be grown and a gathering place for people. About 15 people will get full-time employment cultivating the garden, while others will get opportunities for part-time and seasonal jobs. The garden was built using funds collected at the Vatican's pavilion at Expo Milan 2015. Now, stateside, Archbishop Brian Tobin of Indianapolis has been named the Vatican's delegate to oversee the reform of the Sodalitium Christiana Vitae. The Sodalitium is a society of apostolic life founded in 1971 in Peru. In recent years, allegations of abuse were made against the society's founder, Luis Ligari. Ligari stepped down in 2010 as a result of those allegations. Back in November of 2015, an ethics commission was created at the request of the sodality to facilitate reconciliation. And in April of this year, the commission actually turned to investigating the allegations against the society's founder and offering suggestions for change. The commission found what it called a culture of extreme discipline and obedience to the founder. The community operates in many Latin American countries as well as the United States and Italy. And that's all for Perspectives today. If you're watching on our television network, stay tuned for Vatican Connections.